Hello everyone. Today our group's topic is university students' perceptions of the specific features of China English and their impact on standard English acquisition. And my name is Xiazhang Xia and my group number is Wu Haqing. And our content was divided into four parts. The first part is introduction. Numerous English varieties have emerged globally, reflecting the unique linguistic features of their speakers. And the cultural theoretical models provide an instructive theoretical framework for categorizing global English into inner circle, an outer circle, and an expanding circle. Among these, China English in expanding circle has gained prominence as China exercise as a major political and economic power. However, educational policies in China continue to uphold the ideology of standard English and use the pedagogical model that typically follow general American or British received pronunciation normals. These English standards are primarily based on grammatical, lexical, and syntactical preference in written English. And the objective of our list study is to explore university students' perception of how the features China English affects their standard English acquisition. It will identify the challenges faced by Chinese university students in learning English because of the influence of China English. And the research question are which specific features of China English, for example, phonological, lexical, syntactic, do university students believe have a positive or negative impact on their English learning? What challenges do university students face in learning English due to the influence of China English? And the second part, literature review. China English has undergone three stages in China. Chinese Panjin English, which came from partial colonization, Qing English, a Chinese influenced variety, and Chinese English, more recently called China English. And the definition of China English is like China English adheres to the standard English normals, incorporates Chinese cultural elements and features Chinese influenced lexical syntax, sentence structures and discourse patterns without interference from the first language. And the numerous researchers have discussed the characteristics of China English includes its pronunciation, vocabulary, and syntax. For example, the pronunciation features often impacted by the phonetic and phonological characteristics of Mandarin. And besides, Fan pointed out the Chinese English words also easily identified as English words is specifically convey concepts or objects that are unique to Chinese culture. Meanwhile, Wei and Fei, the two scholars provided an in-depth analysis of China English syntax, presenting examples such as differences in word order, open head versus open end, time sequence, composed and complex sentence structures, special subjects, and the use of the passive voice. All these features may influence the standard language acquisition of university students. And here are some studies about the perception of China English. The scholar will explore the perceptions of China English among Chinese university students and teachers by using questionnaire and interview. The results found both students and teachers are hesitant to adopt China English as a teaching model. One major reason is that the China English will influence effective communication with foreigners, as the standard English is widespread over the world. And this study clarified the impact of China English on communication and the negative attitudes of students and teachers towards China English, which check us for us to think students' perception of impact on standard English acquisition. Besides, Pan and other scholars also investigate the attitudes of university students towards China English. And the students found like also students hold the positive attitude towards China English, they still aspire to be a proficient English speaker. The features of China English are easily identified when using. Both studies showed the learners' attitude towards China English, and they admitted that China English has their own characteristics which may influence the effectiveness of communication. However, few studies focus on university studies' perception of features of China English and its impact of standard English learning. Therefore, to fulfill this gap, this study will be conducted to explore university students' perceptions of how China English affects their acquisition of standard English and the challenges they faced.
The third part is methodology. Research design. This study employs a qualitative research design utilizing semi-structured interviews to explore university students' perceptions of the impact of China English on their English learning and their views on second language acquisition and the challenges they face. Participants will be students fluently studying English as a second language at Zhejiang Gongshang University in China. The target sample size is 20 students to ensure a range of perspectives while maintaining measurability in data analysis. Data will be collected through semi-structured interviews conducted via Google Meeting. Each interview will last 30 minutes. The interview guide will be developed based on the research questions and literature review, ensuring that key topics are covered while allowing for the exploration of additional issues raised by participants. Interview guide. Introduction and background. First, can you briefly describe your background and your experience with learning English? Second, how long have you been studying English and what are your main motivations for learning the language? Perceptions of China English. What specific features of China English have you noticed in your English learning? Second, how do these features affect your perceptions of your own English proficiency? Third, do you think these features have a positive or negative impact on your English learning? Why? Challenges due to China English. First, what challenges have you faced in learning English that you believe are influenced by China English? Second, can you provide specific examples of difficulties in pronunciation, vocabulary, or grammar that you attribute to China English? Third, how do you think these challenges affect your communications with native English speakers or speakers from other countries? Data analysis. Interviews will be audio recorded with participants' consent and transcribe the recordings into text for analysis. The process will involve first, transcribe the recordings into text, then identify the main themes through rapid reading and coding. Thematic analysis will be used to code, identify, analyze, and report patterns within the data. Using Navier for qualitative analysis allows researchers to effectively manage and analyze large amounts of test data. Third, I identify and analyze the impact of China English on students' English learning in terms of phonological, lexical, syntactic, as well as the challenges they face during the learning process. Limitations. This study recognized possible limitations, notably the dependence on self-reported data, which may be influenced by participants' perceptions and biases. Additionally, the findings may not be generalizable to all university students in China due to the specific context and sample size. The last part, expectations and the implication. Phonological features. A student's pronunciation will be notably influenced by Mandarin phonetics, leading to common substitutions of English sounds with Mandarin counterparts. lexical features, the unique vocabulary produced in the context of Chinese culture, can enrich students' English use. However, due to the cultural difference between China and foreign countries, these unique words cannot be understood in international communication, which brings challenge for students in international communication. Syntactic features. Chinese and English have great difference in sentence structure and syntax, which will be reflected in students' writing and speaking abilities, which may affect their fluency and accuracy in using the language, making Chinese students' English seem less native. In conclusion, the study provides visible insights into how the phonological, lexical, and syntactic features of China English influence students' second language acquisition. In addition, the study calls for further research into educational strategies and practice adapted to China's unique language environment. That's all. Thank you for listening.